UFC announced Du Plessis versus Kamaru Usman last night, taking place in Oklahoma City on July 18th. And although DDP is a heavy favorite, which I absolutely agree with, I just wanted to run through it a little bit. Thank you always to Tapology. I think this is a great fight, to be honest. I know Kamaru Usman's on the last kind of leg of his career, literally, because his knees are just not the same anymore. He's just been through so many wars, man. He's been wrestling forever. And I think it's just DDP everywhere. DDP has weird, awkward striking that people have a problem catching up on. And DDP is also ridiculously strong for his division, for his frame. And I think people underestimate that sometimes. And I think Kamaru Usman, I think he kind of knows that this is his last fight. Both guys haven't fought since last year in the summer. Kamaru's, I think, 2 months before DDP lost to Chimaev. Kamaru Usman, of course, faced Joaquin Buckley. And I just don't see him having any chance, man. And that's not really a hot take, I know. DDP is a very heavy favorite here. And I kind of see Kamaru Usman getting choked out, similar to how DDP did Israel Adesanya. The one thing about this fight that's, I think, exciting is that these two did kind of have a beef a couple years ago when DDP faced Israel Adesanya. Obviously, Usman, Adesanya, and Ngannou, when he was in the UFC, were calling themselves the African Kings. And then that took, you know, a little bit of controversy going in with DDP because he's from South Africa and there's a lot of stuff going on over there. But they had a beef, and Kamaru at one point was at a press conference and started talking about how, you know, if I go to China, that doesn't mean I'm Chinese or something. So there's a little bit of a beef. I think they're going to put that in the promo and, you know, go off of that a little bit to create a lot of interest. But I think everybody kind of knows that this is DDP in this fight. And the other thing I think with Kamaru Usman is that he wrestled at Nebraska, and that's where he was getting, you know, where he was known as Marty, as Colby Covington and Ben Askren called him, trolling him. And he wrestled at University of Nebraska, and that's not all that far away from Oklahoma City. So I think once they realized that they were not getting a fight in Africa or South Africa, you know, wherever they were planning that, because Dana White was talking about that at one point. I think Marty decided that at least I can retire at home. He knows that this, I just think maybe he wants to get a little bit of a couple punches on DDP just for all the stuff he was saying with Israel Adesanya, but yeah, I just don't think he has anything, man. And it's kind of a shame, but he's had a great career, and it is his time to move on here. So looking at this card too, obviously we're on Tapology here. I think this card's decent. I think there's some good fights. I think Oklahoma City is going to be a energizing place for these fighters. This is not what the card is going to be laid out like, and you know, Brad Tavares and Marc-Andre Barriol are not going to be the co-main event. At least I hope. But yeah, Kevin Holland, Jacoby Smith is a great fight, man. Jacoby Smith looks like a real prospect. He's great wrestling. He has great striking. He's powerful. And Kevin Holland's obviously a veteran in the UFC game. He's tough for people. It's always kind of a gatekeeper role for him. And, but Kevin Holland always puts on good fights. He's at least entertaining. And I think Jacoby Smith is going to be as entertaining. So good fight there. Jared Cannonier versus CLD. Another great fight. Jared Cannonier, I believe, is 40 now. 42. So that's impressive. But he still fights well, man. It's crazy. You kind of can't count him out even at age 42. He creates some bangers, man, and he hangs in there against people. CLD, I will say, he's a great striker. He has a lot of moments that are questionable. I don't think his grappling's all that good to be rated high. His striking is good, but he gets wild at times. So I I can't see a 42-year-old Cannonier winning this fight. But I don't think it's I think it's closer than some people think. So that's going to be another good fight. Tommy McMillan, good prospect, undefeated. I think there was another one that was on this fight that I liked. Oh, Jose Delgado versus Austin Bashi. That's going to be a good fight. Two prospects, highly rated. And Delgado's really exciting. Bashi's kind of more of a grinder, comes forward a lot. And I think Delgado, he just put on a great fight with Andre Fili. And they're both great prospects. So I think this card overall is pretty decent. You got Veronica Hardy on there, of course. But yeah, I think this is going to be a decent card. I think we are going to see the end of Kamaru Usman, unfortunately. But it's time, like I said. And in Oklahoma City, he's near his Nebraska, college roots there. It's only 2 states up in America, so I think everybody kind of sees where this is going. But like I said, man, I'm just happy, DDP is getting a fight. I thought it was going to be Brendan Allen. They were talking about that a lot. Those two have a lot of beef, apparently. So I thought that that's what was going to happen. They're closer in the rankings. Kamaru Usman's ranked 9 in the welterweight division. So when you look at it rankings-wise, it doesn't, make all that sense. Obviously, Kamaru Usman did well against Chimaev in middleweight. So put on a real good fight. In fact, some would say that he almost won that fight, maybe even won that fight. He gave a lot of problems to Khamzat Chimaev. But I think it's just going to be a different world with DDP, man. He just always seems stronger than what his opponents think he is. And he always seems to connect with these weird shots. So I don't know how he's going to win. I really do see him choking Kamaru out on the ground, like a rear naked choke. But I think DDP can do it anywhere. So I'm excited. Like I said, they announced this fight during the Vinicius Oliveira fight, or after the Vinicius Oliveira and Magomedov fight last night at the Apex. And they were 2 of the greatest finishes that I've seen in some time. And then they announced this, and I was pretty excited. So it gives, we finally kind of get an answer to what Kamaru's doing. He's just been in the background since last year, and yeah, man, I'm liking this fight. So just wanted to give a quick reaction. Again, I got DDP. Not really a hot take there. He's a heavy favorite. But yeah, hopefully they play off that beef a little bit that they have with each other. I don't know how respectful they're going to be, because Adesanya kind of squashed the beef immediately after he lost and got rear naked choked in that fight with DDP. So yeah, hopefully they promote it a little bit. And like I said, I think it's going to be very energizing in that stadium. Oklahoma City is usually loud, and yeah, people like to see sports events there. Obviously, basketball is huge there. But I think it's going to be good. I don't know when the last time the UFC was there, but it's going to be a great crowd. And I think there's going to be a lot of finishes looking at that card, especially Kevin Holland, Jacoby Smith. I think I see Jacoby catching him. So great card. Looking forward to it. It's not all that far away. I was looking at it the other day and saw that there was no main event. So I was wondering what they were going to do because Cannonier was at the highest tier there against CLD, and I was praying that wasn't going to be the main event. But yeah, great main event. OKC got a good one, and I'm looking forward to it. So like, comment, subscribe for more reactions, and I will see you all